Take your ego, light it on fire, and bury it at the bottom of the world.
The thing that sticks out as having been the most challenging was figuring out how to let people go who were inherently good people, but who weren't the right fit for the company.
That's always incredibly challenging, just because you've built up what feels a lot like a family, but really often companies are kind of more like sports teams where you're trying to, optimize things, and also sometimes, you can't match the projections you make and you have to make really hard decisions.
We have this amazing opportunity to touch the lives of, countless Canadians, and not just at a business level, but an employee level. But the hard part about that is, not being a dog in Central Park chasing after every pigeon, but trying to do that successfully.
Really, especially in the life or death phase, it's all you can think about, it's all you can work on. And if you don't spend all your waking time on it, then it's very likely that your business will go out of business.
One of the really interesting things about building a business is that it's completely non-binary in the outcome. When you play a sport, you either win or you don't. When you start a business, there's a million different paths you can take towards an outcome.
I really believe in, and I think we've built sort of a culture here at Humi of nobody being above doing anybody's work themselves. So me as CEO, I'm willing to do anybody's job at the company. Now that being said, I can't do the job of an engineer and fill those shoes.
The thing that I'm constantly reminding myself of is how lucky I am to be in the position I am. There are so few companies that get to the stage we're at that have the potential for the outcome that we have, that have the group of people that we have internally.
I think the biggest thing you need to remind yourself as an entrepreneur is there's always going to be problems, opportunities, things that require your attention.
And I often have to remind myself to take a step back and remember the other things that are in my life other than work.
Take your ego, light it on fire, and bury it at the bottom of the world.
It's the people that make a business work, not necessarily the market or the colors on your landing page.
And often the best businesses come from really talking to customers before they're a customer and just solving their pain points. Because that's ultimately what business really is just solving problems, and people are willing to pay for it.
I would strongly recommend spending a ton of time thinking about the business that they want to build, not just the product, not just the vertical, but the end result of what they believe is a company that they would enjoy running.
One of the ways that we've been able to stay on course is by recognizing that where we are right now, both as a product and as a team, is going to be very, very different from where we are in 6 months or 12 months. And if you do not think forward towards some of the challenges you're likely to face at the next stage of the business, you're probably going to be stuck in a position where it's too late to solve those problems.
And so just remember that what you built is pretty much a result of who you've hired. And if you don't treat them well, then none of it's going to matter.
Imagine I had prepared.